You go to the house. I get it when I come down. You go home with them babies. You need to go home with them babies. Go.
The fuck?
So, nobody's gonna tell her. None of y'all are gonna tell her. So none of the people close to her, none of the people that defend her is going to tell her that she was dead ass wrong for leaving them kids in that house. Not for a moment, not for a minute, not for nothing important, but for smoke for a man. She left her house for the factors of a man. Not to feed them, not to run any errands, and nobody's gonna tell her she's dead ass wrong.
Relay that message to him too.
You go to the house. I get it when I come down. You go home with them babies. You need to go home with them babies. Go.
The fuck?
Sis high risk. Did she look high risk on that live? She sure didn't look high risk to me, baby. And the factors of the matter that you made a man more important than your babies is even worse. Not the ones that you only left in the house. Not only the ones you left in the house, but the ones that you had out and about with you. Not caring, right? You on high risk though. You on high risk, but you was willing to risk them.
Relay that message to him too.
You go to the house. I get it when I come down. You go home with them babies. You need to go home with them babies. Go.
The fuck?
Briana did not care about no goddamn chain. It was not about no $10,000 chain. Are you serious? She will spend $10,000 on that mane again. The point was about the mane. She wanted the mane. So being that she couldn't get straight to the mane, she had to use something to get to the man. So she thought of something that the man had that she would be able to ask for to be able to continue getting his attention, just to make it seem like she's not going off for nothing. Girl, you too easy to
Relay that
out.
message to him too.
Too easy.
You go to the house. I get it.
And yes, I keep putting this part in here to point out her own father told her to go home with them babies that she had left at home to chase Jonelle. So sis was driving late at night, kids in the house, kids in the car, right? Because them kids, even though they was in her stomach, they was in that car. She was driving while upset. Anything could have happened that could have prevented her from making it back home to the babies that she left indoors. Aside from what could have happened to her and the babies she had outdoors with her. See, people don't pay attention to context clues, okay? Whatever conversation that her and Jonelle had that was not on the internet, she did not get her way or did not feel like she got across the way that she chose to get displayed, right? So now her coming to the internet, we're only going to hear the things that she want us to hear. But what happened before it got here? What was the conversation before she got in that car and started going off about that $10,000 ring, huh?
Relay that message to him too.
Okay.
You go to the house. I get it when I come down. You go home with them babies. You need to go home with them babies. Go.
The fuck?
Then sis goes on Maine's platform, and that does not make her look any better. It actually made her look even worse, because why you always hopping from one nigga to talk to the next nigga about the other nigga that's no longer or should be involved with another nigga's business? Why are you telling Maine Jonelle's business? What is he gonna do? In my mind, I'm thinking like, wow, he couldn't even get you for a feature for his video, but it's kind of coincident that out of all the platforms there is to go on, you chose Maine's to go on, right? To tell him your story about whatever worth you feel that you had and the promotion that you gave to such men, right? You couldn't give this man a feature, but you damn sure could come on his platform to tell the people you used him as a vessel. I don't know if he know that you used him as a vessel, because see, nobody else fucks with her like that. Not even the people that defend her, right? Because she told them to mind their motherfucking business. So after telling them to mind their motherfucking business, for her to be able to go on a platform and talk about her motherfucking business, that would just be crazy, right? So the only person that has a platform that she don't feel that she has a problem with at this point in time would be Maine, right? So she used Maine as a vessel, right? But people will ultimately surround themselves and use people that are like themselves for situations that are of themselves, right? Briana and Maine got something in common. I don't know if y'all paid attention or not. He left his kids to go to the motherfucking casino. She left her kids to go argue with a nigga for smoke. A $10,000 ring, so she want to say that's the thing. But the fact is that all of them, those two brain calculate the same way. He was able to leave his kids. She was able to leave her kids. I don't give a fuck what the narrative is. If the state gives you a legible amount of hours for you to be able to leave your kids for something, I would hope that it would be, or would think it would be, for something that's important or something that is needed in the home, something for them, something for you, not for you to be on the internet acting a goddamn fool. Ain't that where Maine was at too? He was on the internet acting a fool, counting money, and then the next thing we know, an interview comes up saying that his kids was left alone and they was gonna be arrested. Listen.
Relay that message to him too.
Okay.
You go to the house. I get it when I come back. You go home with them babies. You need to go home with them babies. Go.
The fuck?
Hey y'all, it's your girl Tay with the T, and you know you're gonna get these tips from me. It's YouTube's favorite unicorn, baby. Let's get into it. And today is a simple display, okay? Because hopefully everybody should be feeling the same way. Whether you defend the person, don't defend the person, agree with the person, or disagree with the person. Let's talk about the factors of the actions of the person, period. In general, those kids was left at home alone for a woman to go and chase down a nigga, okay? A man. Whatever you choose to call him. She's high risk any other time, but she thought that it was a great time to risk what she put here. Her children, herself, and the ones that she's carrying for something that she's saying she cares nothing about. My bad. For a $10,000 ring, which we know better as a woman, that was not the thing. It was about what was attached to the ring, which was the man, okay? It had nothing to do with that ring at all, honey. But if we're gonna actually get into it, let's get into it. You mean to tell me y'all was comfortable seeing y'all friend in that vehicle chasing down or chasing to keep up with a man for any reason while leaving her children at home for whatever amount of time that it was? To prove what point? What point did she prove? She made herself look worse than she normally do, because the only thing she came to the internet to do was to tell us everything we already knew, boo. So it's not like you was gonna get a round of applause like, she finally said what it is that we knew. No, that just let us know and reestablished within us that you were a liar, just like we thought. And this outrageous actions of just getting up and chasing after a man and leaving your kids without no type of recollection, like, that's crazy for me. F the man, F Bree. Let's talk about them kids, baby. Them kids that keep getting caught up in situations that they got no control over. They could not have made their mother stay in that house if they wanted to. So now the bad part about it, if their mother decided to leave that house while them kids was asleep, and something happened to her ass while she was out in that street, what would them kids be waking up to think? What would they know? What would they have to go off of? And for you to say that you high risk and be willing to risk your newborn babies is crazy. Them kids was in your womb in that vehicle with you. You upset, you crying, you ain't thinking right. You don't know the type of things that can happen when you're not in the right state of mind. Okay? And as a woman, to hear another woman crying the way that she was crying, I know it's because she is hurt. But she has to remember, it's a hurt that she's getting from the factors of dirt that she caused. This is her dirt. She has to clean this shit up. Do we feel a certain type of way about Jonelle? Jonelle ain't been shit. We told her he wasn't shit when she tried to promote him in front of people or parade him in front of people as if he was, when we knew that he wasn't. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't know him, just like if it wasn't for Robert, we would not know them. None of them. None of them. Her, them, they. And it's funny, right? If you say that none of your baby fathers is this and none of your baby fathers is that, one thing that they got all in, how can I say, coincidence, which is a match, is that they all wind up leaving you. If these men ain't got nothing in common, nothing else in common, the most common denominator that they have is you, okay? And when it comes to you, each one of these men have had to leave you in some type of way for some type of reason, right? And you came out with some type of story. The first baby father, it was the pistols and the pit bulls, right? But then you drop his kids off to him in a gas station, and we supposed to forget all the shit that you done said about him because now y'all co-parenting. I thought co-parenting consists of this parent doing some things and this parent doing some things. We don't see him doing nothing but writing posts on Facebook and you doing the kids by your goddamn self or whatever man comes into contact with you at that point in time. Robert, how could you say that your kid's father ain't shit, none of them is this and none of them is that? Ain't this the man that changed your life and got it the way that it is right now? Because if you was able to do it without him, why wasn't it done? And you was able to take what he taught you and teach it to somebody else, and they using the skill better than you. Better than you. I mean, just to be honest, if it's not about you going on your page and saying the things that you choose to say, if they was to look on Jonelle's page and ask him anything about you, it would make you look fully crazy. He could say, I don't know this woman. I ain't dealt with this woman in such and such amount of time. I ain't post her. I ain't this. And it would be true from the internet's point of view. That's why you tried to do your due diligence with dropping pictures. You went as far as getting this man's name on your, oh, my hands is ashy. That's dishes, right? This man's name on your nails. So when you do your video, people could see it there. To show that he's around. That's desperate. That's desperate much. And when you act desperate, you get treated desperate. I'm just going to try to figure out. See, I'm going to drop this video now, but you know Tay is going to come back later because I need to do some observation, right? Because I don't like to speak on things before I know that they are true, right? So until I know that what I'm thinking is true, I have to do a little bit more observation so I could bring forth the proof. And once Tay knows for sure that she has the proof of what it is that she is observing, oh, full force, baby. Full force. Because the same way y'all go at Robert about the shit that y'all think, now this is my thing. This is what baffles me, right? We're all content reactors, right? I'm going to call myself a content reactor because if I'm reacting off of someone else's content, that's what it is, a reactor. That is not content that I created. Now, once I put it in video form and I formulate it, then that becomes my creation with their content. But overall, I'm still reacting to another person's content, right? So if they was reacting to Robert's content, that wouldn't be no problem. That's what people do. You put it out there for people to view. They're going to give you their opinion of you, right? That's not the problem. The problem is the lies, right? If you're going to react on somebody else's situation, at least be truthful with your reaction. You're not even giving reactions. You're giving assumptions, accusations, defamations, and other things that can cause some real bad situations. But if this man is exactly who y'all say that he is, then the things that he put out on his own should be enough to give y'all to be able to go off of fact. There's no fact in none of that. But back to my observation, okay? But I'm going to give a point of my observation. I'm not seeing none of them tell their homegirl she fucked up. All right? When you leaving your kids in the house to go chase dick, that's fucked up, sis. I don't give a damn. You could say it's a $10,000 chain, a $10,000 ring, bitch. You spent $30,000 on a chain. Cry me a river like Justin Timberlake, okay? At this point, because I'm not buying it. All right, you was out there chasing that man and you didn't give a fuck about that ring. But the fact is, for me, is what about them children, baby? Everybody don't need they fucking kids, because some people just use their kids as pawns in their relationship. And once they see that their kids can't get them the due diligence that they need, then it's fuck them babies. And the actions that she's giving is fuck them babies, the ones that's here and the ones that's in her too. Ain't no way she was supposed to leave them kids to chase no nigga, boo-boo. At all. But this ain't the first time we've heard it. Dawn told us a long time ago. But people wanted to make it seem like she was just trying to embarrass or make Briana look a certain type of way. Why the fuck I'm gonna get credit for making a person look a certain type of way? The truth is what's making a person look a certain type of way. And they tried to cover that shit up. And now a person's actions is running them a fucking muck. You left your kids to chase some dick. That's some sad ass chick shit. Because if you saying you are who you are, why we ain't seeing him online going off? Why we don't see him chasing you? Yeah, he came to his house, but I'm pretty sure he had some things there, even though he didn't leave with nothing. Okay, you only wanted him to be there so you could record his ass on that camera and get him caught up like you tried to do Robert. You nasty work. You talk about you a good person? Good person where, sis? Good person where? A good person would never have the ultimate, how can I say, heart to be able to say out of their mouth, when I'm done with people, the best way for me to get over them is to expose them. You good where? And the way that you walk away from people is by exposing them. Why not go about your fucking business? If you saying that you the W, you the win, they supposed to be the person or the people that's ultimately losing. You losing a lot. Your ways, even the way you look. One thing I will never say is that Briana is an ugly girl, because she wasn't. But her insides are starting to show on her outside. And she's not that cute of a look once you actually know what comes from her. She does not look the same that she did as when we met her and knew who she was as a person. Like, oh, that's Robert's wife, Briana. Oh, okay, this is the just being Briana. Ain't none of the Brianas been better than the Briana that we met that came on this internet through Robert's extension. But when you bite the hand that feeds you, ooh, karma gonna reach you. Karma definitely gonna reach you. And the internet is getting to see this girl Karma play out day by day in all type of ways. This is your girl Tay, and I am out. I'll be back, baby.